First thing you have to do when creating something in Tkinter is create the root window. And in order to do that, we first have to import Tkinter. Next, we're going to initialize the root. And then make it full screen. Finally, we're going to call the root's main loop method. If you run the code, you should have a blank window on your screen. Now we're going to create the canvas that we're going to draw the health bar on. First, we're going to initialize the canvas and make the root its parent. Next, we're going to set its width and height. Now we're going to set its background color. Finally, we're going to display the canvas. If you run the code, you should see a gray rectangle on your screen. Since we're creating a health bar, the player should probably have a current and max health. Now we're going to create the function that draws our health bar on the canvas. How this function is going to work is that each time the player's health changes, we're going to calculate how long the health bar should be and then draw it on the canvas. The issue is that if the player's health changes 10 times, we're going to end up with 10 different health bars on the canvas and it won't look right. To prevent that, we're going to start our function off by accessing our canvas using a global keyword and then completely clearing the canvas. Now we can move on to calculating the size of our health bar and then drawing it. Tkinter allows us to place shapes onto the canvas, and the shape we're going to use to represent the health bar is the rectangle. In order to draw a rectangle onto the canvas, we need two sets of coordinates. The first set of coordinates represents where the top left corner of the rectangle is on the canvas, essentially where the rectangle starts on the canvas. For this project, we want our rectangle to start in the top left corner of the canvas, so we're going to pass in 0, 0 for our first set of coordinates. The second set of coordinates represents the total width and total height of our rectangle. In order to calculate the rectangle's width, we have to start off by getting the canvas's width and height. Next, we need to access our current health and max health by making them global. Now we divide our current health by our max health and then multiply it by the canvas width. Now we can add our calculated rectangle width to our create rectangle method. The last coordinate we need is the rectangle's height, and that's simply going to be the canvas's height. By default, the rectangle is transparent, so we'll have to specify a color using the fill option. Now all there is left to do is call the function and test the code out. If everything goes well, you should see a red bar. Another thing that should happen is if you change the current health to anything below 0 and run the code, the health bar should reflect that change. For the final part of the tutorial, we're going to label the health bar with text to make it clear what it represents. In order to create the text, we need an X and a Y, which determines where the text appears on the canvas. We want the text to appear directly in the middle of the canvas, so the X is going to be the canvas's width divided by 2, and the Y is going to be the canvas's height divided by 2. Finally, we specify what we want the text to say by using the text option. Now, if you run your code, you should see the word health in the middle of your health bar. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them in the comment section. Thank you for your time.